Your information station. It's now time for the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Tim Zalabak, and thanks so much to the sponsors that make the live stream possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We're speaking with Matt Hart today, Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. How are you today, Matt Hart?
I am great, Tim. So glad to be here with you. And we're just talking about, you've been here a year now. I want to congratulate you on your anniversary here at WTIM. We were just talking about how great this community is, how great this county is, how great the people are. So we're grateful to have you. And I want to say on air publicly, I'm so thankful that you're here in Taylorville and Christian County. So you're doing a great job, and always great to be on with you and your listeners.
It means so much that you say that to me, Mr. Hart. Just your words there, the compliments that I've received from people throughout the community. It's been a really special year here in Taylorville and on WTIM. Loved having these conversations, especially, we get to talk so much about Christian County, about Taylorville with Matt Hart, Christian County Economic Development Corporation. So Matt, and thank you for those words once again. Let's just hop right into it here. We've talked about it before, but it seems like you found some success, a bit of a breakthrough here with the enterprise zone in Christian counties.
We got this project across the finish line. And these are the things that people don't realize. That this is why it's so important to have an economic development corporation, and why you've got people like Kirby, Castor, and Pana doing economic development down in Pana. One of our team members down there is economic development takes a lot of work behind the scenes, and the enterprise zone is a big piece of that. And we finally got across the finish line a new enterprise zone here in Christian County. And I know people are wondering, number one, what is an enterprise zone? What does it mean to my business? What does it mean to me if I'm not in business and just a citizen of the community? So an enterprise zone is actually a tool that was created by the state of Illinois about 30 or 40 years ago, because the state wants to incentivize businesses to locate in Illinois, to grow their business in Illinois. And so they created these enterprise zones. And Illinois is not alone. There's other states that have enterprise zones as well. But our specific enterprise zone system in Illinois requires that anytime you make changes, anytime you add area, remove area, that you have to go through any levels of government that are part of your enterprise zone. And Christian County's enterprise zone actually includes 4 levels of government. Of course, it includes the county, and you got to have the county board involved, but it also includes the city of Taylorville, the city of Pana, and the city of Assumption. So we've got 3 municipalities in 1 county. And anytime we make any changes to the enterprise zone, we have to go through all 4 levels of government. All 4 governments have to pass an identical resolution. And so we've actually been working on this for work on this goes back probably 6 months when we needed to make some changes to our enterprise zone. The state changed the law on solar projects that used to have to be in an enterprise zone to take advantage of the enterprise zone benefits. Last year, the state of Illinois changed that. They no longer had to be in an enterprise zone. Well, that freed up then areas that Christian County had set aside previously for solar farms, that we could take them out and then we could redistribute them in other areas. And so that's what we've been working on for the last 6 months. We've expanded the amount of enterprise zone availability in Pana. We've expanded the enterprise zone in Assumption. We've expanded the enterprise zone in Taylorville. We've expanded the enterprise zone in various parts of the county. But anytime you make those changes, you got to go through those 4 levels of government. And so that's what we've been working on. And I'm happy to report that last week we've finally cleared the last hurdle, and the county board, as you guys reported on, approved that the changes to the enterprise zone. So we've got a new enterprise zone that's going to be basically effective now. The state will give us a certificate here in the next couple of weeks. And our enterprise zone in Christian County is actually administered by the city of Taylorville. So whether it's a city of Taylorville project, or even if it's an Assumption or Pana or a county project, you still have to go to Lisa Sassatelli in the mayor's office. She's our administrator for that. Fill out the enterprise zone application. But the biggest benefit for enterprise zone, for anybody doing construction in an enterprise zone, is all of your building material is sales tax free. That's a huge savings, Tim. And, when businesses are looking at, building, and especially today in our higher interest rate environment, you're looking for any savings that you can find. And if you're going to spend, $1 million on building material, but you can get it sales tax free, that's where the enterprise zone benefit comes in. And so we've expanded the availability for that. And when we'll have this on our new website. We've got the website's being rebuilt right now, which I'll talk about on hopefully the next episode. But we'll have a one place where people can go and get that enterprise zone map and see where they can build and take advantage of benefits like paying no sales tax on your building material.
Yeah, and we've talked in the past that could be thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on how much changes that are coming to your business. There, you're talking about these incentives to relocating even into Christian County and making these changes here. These are good for communities out there, and I'm sure the municipalities you had to work through, they were responsive to this type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and thankfully, the county board chairman, the mayor of Taylorville, mayor of Payne, and mayor of Assumption are all on the board of directors of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. So that's why we do a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see. But a lot of our focus at Christian County Economic Development Corporation was making sure all four levels of those government were good with the changes. We added basically, particularly in Payne, we pretty much overlapped their business development district. So now if anybody's wanting to develop in Payne, if you're in their business development district, then you're also in the enterprise zone now. Okay. There were some holes in that map, if you will, that we've now filled those holes in. So it makes it much easier for economic development at Payne. We've expanded the areas in Taylorville, makes it much more expansive in Taylorville. And so, yeah, if anyone's thinking about building or even expanding their business, or actually for homes, you can actually take advantage of this in residential as well. If you're building a home and the home that you're wanting to build is in an enterprise zone, your building material can be sales tax free.
Wow. I was just wondering that the other day. If I had a business that was in my home and I needed to maybe expand my business within my home, that would be sales tax free or not. But if your home is just in the enterprise zone, nothing to do with business, you can renovate.
Absolutely. Wow. And this, again, this is the state has set these initiatives up. They want to incentivize, because when you're remodeling even your home or building a home, you're still employing people. You're putting people to work. You're bringing contractors in. You're bringing plumbers in, electricians in. People are benefiting from you taking advantage of the enterprise zone, and it helps everybody. And so that's why we have these incentives. And we're going to be doing a lot to spread the word about the enterprise zone now that we finally got it passed. And folks are going to hear more about it and see more about it. But if you're curious at all about the enterprise zone, please give me a call anytime, 217-565-2280, and we'll be happy to tell you about the enterprise zone.
Sure. Sounds like there's really great reasons to relocate and move your business, expand it in Christian County. It's not just for the enterprise zone. There's so many incentives there. Talk to me about workforce. A lot of businesses, take that very seriously. What does the workforce look like in Christian County?
Yeah, Tim, when people reach out to us about, moving their business in Taylorville or expanding in Christian County, or expanding their business in Taylorville, Payne, Assumption, Morrisonville, Edinburgh, the number one thing employers look for today is workforce. Workforce is the new currency, because it doesn't matter if someone even gives you a building, you've got to have workers. And Christian County has always had a very strong workforce, and we're very proud of the workforce that we have here. And I think we're a very diverse workforce. We've got, we just had a lot of young men and women who graduated from high school. Many of those are moving into the workforce. Some of those will go into college. Some will go to community college. But inevitably, they'll all end up in the workforce. And we've got a very strong work ethic here in Christian County, and we're very proud of that. But we're home to some great, when people are coming to town, they want to know about the workforce. I point to companies like GSI, who's got fingerprints all over the world. I point to companies like ADM, who's got fingerprints all over the world. Point to local retailers, in town, who employ and train these young people. We've got a great workforce right here in Christian County, and I think that's what makes us unique, and that's something that is helping to draw and attract new companies to come to Christian County.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's not surprising to hear this, but it's just crazy to hear that. Of course, these businesses, workforce is rising to the top of their number one importance. They're good to hear that Christian County has that mixed with the enterprise zone and all the other incentives. Do you have some sort of pitch that you would provide to a business that's looking to locate into Christian County? These types of things would make that pitch, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And 85% of the time, Tim, when a business is looking to relocate or expand, 85% of the time they want an existing building. So it's our job at Christian County Economic Development Corporation to stay on top of where are those available buildings, and that's a lot of the relationships that we do behind the scenes. So we are keeping track of an inventory of where are sites there which you could build, where are there existing buildings, where are there green fields, where are there brown fields, who's got rail access, who's got highway access. That's our job to stay on top of that. So when we get that call, we can tell them, yes, here's a building. And in fact, one of our newer employers that is coming to town, is coming specifically because there was a building available that met their needs because they wanted to be operational on July 1st. Employers today, they want to move very quickly. And so we have to be able to respond very quickly and show them, here's the building, here's the lot, here's the land, here's the rail access, here's the highway access, here's the airport access. Because that's what employers are looking for today.
Once again, that just makes a lot of sense, and more reasons why businesses can move into Christian County and just be met with a lot of incentives and a lot of things that can just get their operations moving even quicker. We're speaking with Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. We're going to take ourselves a short time out, but plenty left to talk about here on the WTIM Morning Show. You are listening to the WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Providing banking solutions that fit your business needs is at the core of what we do. Hi, this is Joe Wills from People's Bank and Trust. We understand the complexity of many SBA, USDA, FSA, and other loan options can present, but more importantly, we can help you navigate those decisions to secure the best loan choice for your business. Call 888-PBT-1954 or visit bankpbt.com today and let us put you and your business first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're concerned about your sexual health but hesitant to take the next step, the Christian County Health Department understands. That's why they offer you confidential STD testing completely free of charge. Just pick up the phone and ask for Diana for your appointment. If your test results come back positive, the health department provides the medications you need, also at no cost to you, to give you peace of mind. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Call the Christian County Health Department today and take charge of your sexual health with confidence. It's your right to know.
Christian County businesses now have another way to attract customers and promote their brand. The Miller Media Group's new 36 by 72-inch two-sided electronic sign is now live in front of our Park Street studios in Taylorville. We're offering businesses the opportunity of promoting themselves to the over 11,200 drivers a day that pass our studios. Reach out to your Miller Media Group account manager now to get on board with this digital electronic sign advertising opportunity.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s. Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station, playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power, cruising 98.3 WSVZ.
Pastor Brian Moore here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We are alive and so worth the drive. Find directions to our church and watch our video podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Schaefer Perfetti and the Sally Funeral Home, Taylorville's only locally owned and operated funeral home, honoring lives and celebrating memories. Find out about all the services they provide at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station in the midst of the WTIM Morning Show with Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. And thanks so much to the sponsors of the stream, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In that first half, we talked enterprise zone and some Christian County workforce numbers and just the reasons so many businesses can benefit from moving, relocating, expanding their business in Christian County. Now we're going to talk some updates, some great events that have happened across the Christian County here. We're going to start with the Great Western Products opening in Pana. Talk to me about this, Matt.
Yeah, so Great Western, just so thankful to have them with their new facility in Pana. And if you've not driven by there, I mean, if you live in Pana, go on the north side of town into the industrial park, you can't miss this building. Just take a left off of Route 29 before you get out of town into the industrial park, and you'll see the beautiful new concrete prefab building that they've installed. Got 60 employers there. Performance Food Service owns that now. But just a great grand opening that they just had there, and a reason to celebrate why Christian County is a great place for businesses to come and to locate. And so that was fantastic. And I also know B&R Marine, which is not right next to them, but I think 2 doors down, but in the same industrial park. They've done a massive expansion of that facility. They're getting ready to expand again in that facility. So that's another growing business, right here in Christian County. So some really great things going on in Pana. I know they've got some one of the restaurants is going through a remodel as well, and Pana's done quite a bit to their downtown area. So some really great things going on in Pana.
Awesome. And when you're talking those redevelopments there, that's enterprise zone material. Exactly.
Exactly. They are utilizing the enterprise zone. They're utilizing their business district. They're utilizing those economic incentives that we have. And again, I just can't stress enough, if you're a business owner, you're thinking about being a business owner, just reach out to us. We'll let you know if you qualify for those, the enterprise zone benefits, the business development benefits, TIF district benefits. That's our job to help you out on those.
Love hearing about this movement in Pana, the grand opening of the Great Western Products, and 60 employees, you said? 60?
Yeah, they're going to employ 60 employees. Yeah,
wow.
It's great, isn't it?
It's really, really great. And all the movement in Pana and across Christian County, just so fun to hear about. Speaking of, let's talk grand opening of Sonic here in Taylorville. A lot of people were waiting on that. How have things been going?
Oh man, I mean, well, we all saw the signs up, right? I mean, you couldn't even get there off of Springfield Road or Route 29 for a long time, just because we want to make sure we didn't have some traffic issues. That's been resolved now, so you can use the regular entrance. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people take that for granted, but Sonic is, number one, it's a great company, great business, and for folks that have been around Taylor a long time know that opened up as a Sonic. Was kind of vacant for a long time, but now it's reopened as the new Sonic store front that they have. But yeah, you look at all the people working there. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic to see all these people working, in Sonic and putting them to work, but also providing a place for our workforce to grab lunch, or our workforce to grab a dinner, or grab a beverage. I know a lot of people are really like the beverages there at Sonic, but yeah, we're so happy to have them in town and have their grand opening in Taylorville as well.
Sure. That's Sonic. They run a tight ship over there. You mentioned a lot of employees and so many different stations. I had no questions about where I needed to be. And I'm really glad the entrance is opened up now. You don't have to use that side entrance near the high school. I was thinking of impact analysis on something like this. That's a busy road. Sonic's going to be busy for that first couple of weeks. Did you guys expect that?
Oh, absolutely. And and they planned for that. And so, but again, it's, safety is always first. And so we want to make sure we didn't create any traffic hazards there. And thankfully, we didn't. It went off without a hitch. And again, we apologize for the inconvenience. I know some people kind of saw this as an inconvenience, but it was for everybody's safety. But yeah, Sonic is rocking and rolling now, and but now we're moving on. We've got a lot of other developments going on in Taylorville. We've got some grand openings that are going to be scheduled soon here as well too.
Awesome, and I will take that small inconvenience for one of those icy slushies they got over there. It's been great. Let's talk in our last couple of minutes here, Matt. This time has flown by on Sloan's new 30,000 foot facility in Edinburg. Yeah, this sparked a lot of conversation, the move out to Edinburg, but how's the movement there?
Yeah, so they're still moving along. They purchased 30 acres just south of Edinburg. That has continued to progress as well, and we expect to see some dirt moving there here within the next few months. But really encouraged by Sloan's and the investment that they're making in Christian County, and that's going to be just a wonderful, beautiful facility, especially with everybody coming from Springfield on Route 29. About 12,000 vehicles a day are going to pass that facility as they come into Christian County. So we're really excited about what's going on in Edinburg.
Absolutely, and that was in Taylorville before it moved to Edinburg, correct?
Correct, and of course Sloan's is their corporate's in Assumption, right? So they've got fingerprints all over, but this is them expanding their footprint here in the county, and they'll be able to serve Taylorville, they'll be able to serve Edinburg, they'll be able to serve everything north of Christian County as well.
Perfect, Matt. We got about 30 seconds left. Any final words for the listeners out there?
Yeah, just it's a great time to be in business in Christian County, and we're here to help you. If you've got questions, you want to know more about the industrial park on the north side of Taylorville, I can answer those questions as well. They can call us or text us anytime. Our number is 217-565-2280. Again, that's 565-2280, or email us at edcchristiancounty@gmail.com. But we're here to serve you, and we're here to serve the people and the businesses of Christian County.
Amazing. Matt, thank you so much for taking the time today.
My pleasure.
That's Matt Hart, Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation, here on the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of this WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening, and you are listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour from townhall.com.